This podcast is sponsored by Mig Sig Outdoors. Visit migsigoutdoors.ca, sign up to the email list, and get 10% off of your first order. That's migsigoutdoors.ca. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect.
If I have to breathe, I'll just...
Yeah, breathe to the side. All right, folks. I'm recording. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to another Eastern Ontario Adventure podcast. I'm here with a very special guest, kayak angling legend, musky expert, firefighter, lifesaver, family man, Mr. Scotty B. As people know you, Scotty Barton, right?
Yeah, Scotty Barton.
Scotty
nice
Barton.
Nice to be here.
We're just chilling outside at the family cottage. It's a beautiful place, right on the Madawaska. Is that safe to say?
Madawaska River, yeah.
Madawaska River.
Yeah, beautiful Madawaska.
For all your fishing needs fulfilled right off of your dock.
Yeah, pretty lucky. Pretty special place. It's been in our family for probably 40 years now, so yeah.
And your parents, purchased the cottage, I guess?
They did, yeah. My dad was a dairy farmer. Was a dairy farmer. Sold the cows probably 20 years ago, but they bought this cottage. It's only 45 minutes from home, so they were able to come up here and spend some time.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
If you were in a different country, you could sell those cows for anything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's a fact. Someone tried to buy my sister. Okay, this is a fun story. So my sister Hazel and I, we went to Africa a few times, and we were at a supermarket once, or she was in the supermarket. I was just waiting outside, and somebody approached me and tried to buy my sister from me by offering amounts of cattle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough or what?
No. I wasn't taking anything under 200.
Yeah.
Yeah. He offered me 10. I was like, get out of here.
Yeah.
You know? And then there were the logistics of it how do I get the cattle back?
Yeah, that's right. That's love. So. That's a good relationship you guys have.
She'll remember that. I'm going to do, or the plans are to do a podcast, me, my sister, and Tyler, tell the stories too.
Oh, yeah.
I think that'll be fun. I wish, because I wanted him to come here, and obviously he wasn't able to join us, but he'll be on future podcasts.
I really enjoyed the podcast with him, the last one. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was getting some good chuckles.
He's going to be a regular.
I can tell you guys go way back.
Not really, actually. I only met him last year.
What?
Yeah. So
we've you clicked.
Yeah, we've got a good bond, a good thing going, I think.
Yeah.
So far, until I don't know.
Geez, I've known you longer.
You have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll click at some point.
No, let's not get carried away. The reason, there's lots of reasons to do a podcast with you. Like I said, all the reasons before: fishing expert, musky legend.
Oh, geez, I don't know.
Firefighter, lifesaver, family man.
3 of the 5 are correct. Yeah,
what
no, I really.
You got all. You feeling all?
I am
those.
A firefighter. Yeah.
You save lives by being a firefighter.
I'm a family man, and I do like to fish. And the musky thing, man, that's tough. One year I caught a dozen a couple years ago, and then I think last year I caught 2 or 3. So it's just time. You got to put in the time, and if you don't have the time, man, you really.
That's what
really
people
suffers.
say. It's the fish of 10,000 casts. And maybe it's me. I fished for I've only been fishing for less than 10 years.
Right.
And I only caught my first muskie 3 years ago, maybe the year. I don't know. Maybe the year before you started the kayak muskie group.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the year that you did start. I don't remember. But so I went 6 years without catching a muskie, and that's not to say that I didn't try. I tried all the time. Fish of 10,000 casts. So maybe all the muskie that I caught last year, even though they were 25, 26, 27 inches, 30 inches, maybe that was just me catching up in that time that I never caught them. And that's why I've screwed up so many times. I'm 0 for 7 now this year. I know.
That's crazy.
It sucks because.
Man, that's crazy. I haven't even seen a muskie this year, so you're doing well.
I don't know if I.
Yeah.
I've seen I've seen other people's pictures. I think that's just made me kind of upset. But
Yeah, no, it's one of those games. You're chasing other guys, you see them catching it, and then you go out and you want to get the same thing, and it's fun though. What a rush when you do catch one. What a blast! Such a blast. They hit so hard.
God. This is not, just to be clear, this is not a musky podcast. Musky is just on the brain for us right now because musky just opened pretty recently. It was opener when I did the podcast with Tyler.
Yeah.
And then my brother and I obviously have a couple of musky moments together. And you are the founder, I guess, of a group called Musky Canada. Is that, or Kayak Musky Canada?
Just Kayak Musky.
Kayak
yeah.
Musky. Oh,
yeah.
No, it can be not Canadian.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think started in 2019 with COVID, right? It was so an online thing made sense, and I'd caught some muskies the year before, and there was nothing like that. So I said to Peter Gignac, I'm going to get a logo made and see. Maybe start a tournament on iAngler and see where it goes from there. And it's exciting to see people catching muskies for the first time. And I've made some really awesome friends through it. And I've learned more and more about muskies. But like I said, they're a fickle species. They're a challenge for sure. But I'm really glad that people are starting to enjoy and realize the excitement that is catching them from a kayak. It's
Oh, there's nothing like it. And I've said to you the few times that we fished together, it's been so fun. And you're like, wait till you catch a big one.
Yeah.
which is just, oh man.
And most of my big ones come from trolling. So you could say, the fish of 10,000 casts or the fish of 3 hours of trolling.
Yeah, is that the cheat code?
That's a cheat code.
It's one cast, but
yeah.
it's just out there for a long time.
Well, and trolling keeps you warm, and you can cover a lot more water, obviously. I won't go over everyone knows what the benefits of trolling, but man, when they hit, and I don't keep my rod in the rod holder, so I'm just constantly jerking the rod forward, and so when they hit, I'm feeling it.
So there's been a few kayak muskie meetups. The first one that we did in Armprior on the lower Madawaska, where the Madawaska goes into the Ottawa River.
Yeah.
I hooked a muskie trolling.
I remember that.
And he broke my line.
I remember that.
Because I had like 40-pound fluorocarbon line on.
I remember that.
And everyone's like, "You're an idiot.
Yeah.
What are you doing with that?" And I was like, "I don't know what I'm doing. I only fish for 30 inches,
Yeah.
And they still break my line sometimes, so that's why I bumped it up to 80 this year. But it's been messing with the action of all the baits that I use, so I don't really know what to do.
And Diego caught one that year, and it was right up front of the launch. If you remember the picture,
I do.
He's got the Armprior Fishing Game Club in the background. And I think that's exactly where you got bitten off.
Yeah,
so.
like right off the boat launch.
Yeah.
Friggin'
Just kind of crazy.
6-inch Jake bait.
Yeah.
Trolling with my heavy bass rod.
I think we've had three or four muskie meetups now, and someone's caught one each time.
So I didn't go to last year's, but 2 years ago I went.
That's right.
And that's where then I caught a muskie on that one.
Yeah.
The same time that I think it was Brent caught one.
Yeah, Brent Lapine.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I think we both caught one, and then he like threw it in the water. He's like, "I'm not gonna measure it."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "What?"
Yeah. Big fish only.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
and then I have that little trophy you gave me somewhere still. You're like, first
the dollar store.
This like plastic toy trophy.
Yeah.
You're like, "Here you go, man. Caught the first muskie of the meetup." I was like, "Oh, thanks."
They're just such a cool species, and like I said, the fight of them and each pattern is different, and tiger muskie, spotted, barred. It's super cool. Super cool. Anyways.
If you don't like muskie, you're an idiot. But a very similar species that both of us actually quite enjoy fishing for is smallmouth bass.
Yeah.
Which is just one of what we're hoping to film a video for today or maybe next week if it starts raining or whatever. It's supposed to be pound for pound, like
absolutely.
the hardest fighting fish.
Yeah.
Like I fly fish for them a lot on the Ottawa River in some small spots, and just like, I don't know, nothing like it. If you haven't experienced musky, kind of imagine catching I don't know, I was gonna say like a 10-pound smallie.
Yeah.
Be similar,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, and they're fun on the fly rod.
Oh yeah.
Like even the smaller ones, the 1-pounders, they're just a blast.
Oh, with like
on
a
light
5-weight,
rod. Oh,
fly rod,
geez, yeah.
catching 1-pound smallies
Yeah.
all day. It's like, I don't know. You can't. It's hard for me to. It's hard to not have a smile on my face doing stuff
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
And it doesn't annoy me, but I find it interesting when people post photos online and they just got like the worst. They're not smiling. They're like got this mean face on, like they're like staring
it's a
down the
business.
camera,
Yeah.
and they're just like mean dogging you the whole time. And even when I'm out with my friends, if I did a photo day yesterday with Tyler, which those photos probably have come out by now. Even in some of those photos, Tyler's just got like a nice. I like that. Appreciate that. Drinking off camera.
Okay.
Off microphone. Tyler's frowning in all the photos. But we were both focused on getting the actual like underwater shots and release shots, but
And you're probably laughing 30 seconds later.
yeah,
As soon as
exactly.
you're off camera.
We're just like laughing, fist pounding, like high
Yeah.
fives. When with some of my other friends, and my sister sometimes, like I'll try to say something stupid or be funny just to like get that 2 seconds of a laugh
that's
or a
smart.
smile.
Yeah.
And it just, in my opinion, makes it so much better. And
Yeah. Oh man, and any day you get to fish smallies, like for myself, quieter sections of river or some of the lakes that are a little further out, and just the nature and the peace and quiet, and then all of a sudden you get your rod bend and this thing's jumping out of the water and going crazy. Yeah, they're a blast. Such a blast.
I love it. What's your favorite way to fish them? Because we talked about that a little bit. And I fish for smallies primarily on drop shots.
Yeah.
Or if I'm using topwater, it'll be a popper. If I'm in somewhere really rocky, I've always gone to a shaky head.
Yeah.
But those are like the three things for me. And then my friend Tyler, gets high off of Ned rigs, I think.
Yeah.
He like dreams about them at night.
Ned dreams.
Ned dreams. But what would be your like?
Well, nothing beats. It's hard to beat a jerkbait bite when you've just got that jerkbait in the water.
Really?
You know, that sinks 3 feet, and the weed tops are, there's 3 feet between the weed tops and the top of the water, and you're just jerking that thing through, jerk, and when you pull, all of a sudden there's a fish on, and you've already set the hook because you're
like,
jerking it so hard.
Double jerk it almost.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's a really fun way to catch them. I'm a big fan of the Ned rig too, where we're going to today. That's 3 or 4 hours away from here.
Secret location. Spudnik Lake 2.0.
That's it. A Ned rig in the shallows as the sun's going down. It's hard to beat. They're just feeding up on the minnows that are coming into the shallows, and so that's a great way to catch them. The lightest Ned head you can find. Yeah. It's a blast. Those are probably my two favorite, but I'm a huge, whether it's largemouth or smallmouth, I'm a huge swim bait guy. Just your number 4, what is it, EWG hook or whatever, and a soft plastic.
I don't know. I first with a swim bait like the first time 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, no, that's.
And you know what happened? I caught like a 20-inch smallie.
There you go.
Out of season though.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Unfortunately, but he like hammered a 6-inch swim bait.
Yeah, well, because you can pull it through the weeds, and it's such a versatile bait. If you're in a lake with largemouth and smallmouth, you can always. You never know which one.
Yeah. I'll have to try that in the weeds. I know some people.
I'll be using it today, so
some people kind of they use it for pike only, and they just switch over to other methods for smallies or bass in general.
Yeah.
Like I know I don't want to name drop anybody, but some people they'll go for bass. They only put it on a Senko. They don't put on anything else.
Yeah.
Or they're only using a frog all morning, be too stubborn to switch or whatever the reason is.
But the smallies that I fish for are typically 15 feet or more shallow. So drop shotting isn't something that I ever do. I'm really not comfortable with it at all. On tournaments, I mean, you got to change that, but I'm always fishing shallow smallies around here. So yeah, just something a little different.
That's crazy to me that you never.
And a frog, I have had such poor success with frogs that I think I only own one. But Serge Ricard came out with this new product called, it's Cafe Fishing, where he has those trailer hooks that attach to the frog. So I'm gonna try that out today too. I think he's onto something there, and the hookup should be a lot better. So
would it not get weedy or?
It's weedless and it sits up. I'll have to show it to you. But
yeah,
it's a really
okay.
cool product.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Well done, Serge. It's so cool to see.
Sounds like a breakthrough almost.
Yeah, for sure. It's so cool to see so many in this Eastern Ontario region doing so many cool things, like you with this podcast and the awesome pictures and videos you're doing.
Oh, la-di-da.
And Serge coming up with that. I mean, where do you Mig Sig with his clothing line, all kinds of cool things. I mean, I'm missing a lot of people I know, but it's really neat to see. And it's neat to see how many people are getting into it. Like it's just exploded last couple of years.
Yeah, I think since COVID, just the outdoor, I don't know what to call it, outdoor
lifestyle or
lifestyle or just outdoor activities in general have taken a huge bump in traffic and interest from people.
Yeah.
I think I know there's a lot to do with supply and demand, but you couldn't even buy a kayak anywhere 2 years ago just because they were sold out and impossible to find, and or people were buying them for 500, selling them for 1,000 just to screw people over, I guess, and make some money.
Yeah, why not? I mean, not screw people over, but make some extra money. Yeah, that's always good.
Buying these like Pelican kayaks for like $900. I don't know.
Well, I know people. Yeah, for sure. People who bought them a couple of years ago are selling them for the same price they bought them for. So.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Still, they're holding their value pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
So you're saying if I want to get rid of mine, that
I think you'll do all right for sure.
Because I do want to get a U-pick, actually.
Yeah, that's
I'd rather have a U-pick than what I have now.
Yeah, when we saw that, when James brought that to our musky trip there in Algonquin.
Yeah.
He loaded a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah. Just, well, so the small 25 Orion cooler sits perfectly in the back of my kayak.
Okay, yeah.
Which is great, I guess, if you want to paddle around with a kayak. But the Yak Attack crate is too big.
Okay.
It doesn't
the 16
fit.
The bigger one.
It doesn't fit behind there. So
you'd have to get the smaller one.
So I put usually if I'm taking that with me, I put something.
That's the racetrack.
Oh,
Calabogie racetrack. Shout out.
Jeez.
Shout out.
That's loud.
That is loud. Stop the track. Too late.
I have to put something under it and make that whole back platform flat so that it doesn't tip or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it just sits, but then, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of having that compartment back there to put stuff in.
Right.
If the main thing that I'm going to be fishing with doesn't go in there, then what?
That's right.
It's this useless space.
That's right. Yeah.
And then what I would start doing is start stacking like 2 tackle boxes under there, and then you're like, oh, I need something from those tackle boxes. It's
underneath.
What I started doing is start like bringing like a jacket or something or my hoodie, just throw that under there.
Oh, yeah.
Usually works all right. Strap it down with some bungee cords.
Man, it's easy to bring too much stuff, eh?
I've gotten better at it.
Yeah, it's me too.
The Yak Attack crate is 16 by 16.
Yeah.
I would fill that thing to the top.
Really?
With stuff.
Wow.
Like 4 tackle boxes, and then the rest of it is full of plastics.
Yeah.
And now I'm down to 2 tackle boxes, and I could put those under my seat or behind my seat.
Yeah.
and then put some plastics, maybe the ones that I'm going to use for drop shotting, like the X Zone came out with a floating drop shot.
Yeah, I'm
weight.
liking that. I'm liking that company.
I used it.
Yeah.
I used it yesterday,
Yeah.
and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like super. The action on it is crazy because it's got like a flat tail and it's floating.
Right.
So it doesn't. It stays pretty level.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I got the pink one obviously because.
And you know what? The price seems to be all right with those guys too. Like some of the Senkos are up to like $15. Where did I see that? A Canadian Tire maybe?
Friggin'
Something crazy.
Yamamoto Senkos are.
Yeah.
So I actually got those at the Peterborough tackle thing they had there. A bunch of the guys and I drove down there for the day and came back. The tackle show that they had. I can't remember what it's called. I'll figure it out one day. It wasn't that great, to be honest. I got a new rod and reel in the the bargain warehouse or whatever. People bring in their used stuff and you can buy it there. But X Zone had crazy deals on all their stuff. It'd be like three packages for $6, or two for $6 get one free or something, or buy 5 get one free. Whatever, I can't remember the deal specifically, but it was a good deal. I ended up getting like 2 Ned rigs, 3 of those drop shot baits. Can't remember what they're called, and two bags of Senkos or something. And then they also X-Zone, they make weights for everything too. So
it's like they just want to get their product out there right now.
Yeah.
Like, are they fairly new or?
I don't know, honestly, because
sure
I haven't. I can't remember.
They are popping up though, like you see them.
More than 2 years ago, I couldn't remember ever seeing them anywhere. If you wanted something good and cheap, you would get like Yum dingers.
Speaking of Yum,
What?
Whitewater into the woods, delicious.
Is that a beer or cider?
It's a beer.
Is it an Ontario
Part of their
made?
adventure pack, yeah.
Adventure, you say?
Made in Cobden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Not I know where Cobden. Everyone knows where Cobden is. I'm hoping. Is it the Whitewater? Is it the brewery, like just on the other side?
Yeah.
In that big barn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Big red building. Yeah. Big fan of their beer.
Do they make ciders?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well,
no.
I'll have to look into that.
They just make grown-up drinks.
Okay. Well, I'm actually a. Yeah, it's true. I have the alcohol palate of a 21-year-old woman.
Okay.
So it's got to be fruity and sweet.
Yeah. This is
for
kind
me
of
to
fruity.
like it.
It's grape, I think. Bright and juicy, it's called. Anyways.
Well, maybe I would like it.
Yeah.
With that name.
And it's
Bright
got
and
a
juicy.
it's got a picture of a tent and people in a canoe and a campfire.
Does that change the flavor? Or?
I don't know. Something to look at.
Yeah, it's true. Better than just having the. I think can design has got to be important, or like
Well,
logo
Whitewater
design.
nails it with the can design.
It's not just like a name.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're listening, Whitewater,
they're not, but
no, they're not, but
they're good. I mean, I'm open to anything. I'll have to like order some.
Yes,
Give it a try.
Adventure pack. I highly recommend it.
Adventure pack. So does it come with different kinds in the pack?
Different fruity drinks inside the 6-pack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Pick it up at the local store there in Kinburn, where I'm from.
I didn't even know Kinburn had a store.
Yeah, Darvish, right at the corner there.
Huh.
Yeah.
I know they have
gas
a
station.
school. My cousins went there.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, they live in that area.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up there. Like I was saying before, my parents had a farm, and now I'm just down the road, across from a couple of my brothers. So
Keeping it family close.
Keeping the family close, and fishing Smallies.
Where do you? Why are you laughing at that?
Getting back on the topic. Sorry.
There is no topics.
Oh, okay, good.
I should have a list of topics, but I don't. It's more the flow of conversation works better this way, in my opinion.
Perfect. Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
So too,
Let me get my list out here. So I see here, and 2012, you went fishing. Do you want to tell us about that experience?
What a beautiful part of the world it is up here, though. Calabogie,
It is
Renfrew,
beautiful.
you
Like,
know.
we're just sitting on the side of a river on a deck surrounded by trees with minimum mosquitoes.
Yeah, flat, calm water. Sun just came out. Wow, that's hot.
Oh, I do. That
Yeah,
fish
it's
just came
really-
out of the water. Right in the middle.
That's a weird river to fish.
Well, rivers, I think, are pretty weird in general. Like, it's going to be different almost every time.
Yeah, especially
Except for maybe in the later, like September, August.
I guess it would fish almost like a reservoir. In the States, you always hear them reservoir fishing because there's
I don't
dams,
even know
right?
what a reservoir is.
I don't either, but you and I have fished a section of the Madawaska before. It's beautiful. Every section's so different,
It's
right from Armprior up till
well,
the park.
it's also kind of nice that is this a glacier river or is it just like a
Probably.
like what the population is along the sides of the river? Some places like the Ottawa River or the Rideau River, it's like loaded with cottages or big fancy houses and
Yeah.
stuff.
No, you don't find that
Here
here.
you just like go up and down.
Yeah.
There's like a house or cottage every now and then.
No, you definitely don't find
it's
that.
definitely got less traffic than everywhere else.
And there's
in
sections.
The area.
There's sections you don't want to take a boat in, because
You can't.
No,
Like,
the rock
it
outcrops.
would come up to 2 feet, and you're
Yeah.
hitting like big boulders. And
Yeah.
I think when we fished last year, there was one guy in a boat.
Yeah.
And I think you made a comment. You're like, that guy's crazy, would
Yeah.
drive like speeding through here with a boat.
Yeah,
Like, you'd
he
have to
knew.
know the water
Yeah,
super
big time.
well,
Big
because there's
time.
no markers, there's no
No.
buoys, there's
No.
nothing.
And you'll see scrapes on rocks
Yeah.
where people have hit. Like, oh, it's super dangerous. But there's so much opportunity to fish here, and I just don't get a chance. It's just far enough away that, this new dam that they put up above us here, if you're listening, it would be between, let's say, Springtown and Calabogie, that dam. There's got to be good walleye fishing below that. Any place there's rapids, right? So, or strong current.
Yeah.
It's just
I
to
would
get
assume
there.
it's got to be good Smallies territory
Yeah,
as well.
oh, for sure.
Jesus,
for sure.
Mosquitoes piss
Just
me off.
just getting there.
I should have brought me the Thermacell.
Oh, I did. I just bought one today, Canadian Tire, so put that to use this evening.
I have mine in the car.
It was supposed to, yesterday they were calling for 90% chance of rain. Today it's 50, which you don't often see. Oh, it might rain, it might not.
No, it's literally like sunny out. I can see blue sky from here.
It's looking good.
So,
Calm.
I don't.
I missed both musky openers and both bass openers, so pretty pumped about this.
Yeah, because have you fished for muskie at all though?
I went out with Gord the other day, and I
think
got
I
a
saw
bite
that.
trolling, actually.
Okay,
But,
and he caught one though.
No,
No?
No.
Okay.
Gord hasn't caught one in
Where did you guys
3
go?
years.
Can you-
Sorry,
oh,
Gord.
really? Oh, yikes. Well, if I get,
Sorry, Gord. This is his year for sure.
Gonna have to
And
teach Gord how to Photoshop.
He's doing awesome with that yakking and fishing, that multi-species tournament he's got going there. It's a blast. Guys are catching all kinds of different species, and yeah, it's really neat to see. Really cool. Angelo.
I don't even know what kind like,
They're
is
catching
it
garpike.
like any kind of any fish? Like, that's the rules?
It's lumped into 5 different categories. So there's like your musky pike gar, that's one category. Your coarse fish, so your catfish, your carp,
Okay.
sheephead,
Anything with whiskers.
pretty much, and then your trout.
Yeah.
That's a third category. Bass, and what would I be missing?
Sturgeon.
No.
Anyways,
you get the idea.
the minnow fish.
Minnow fish.
Yeah, suckers or
That's
creek
coarse.
chub.
Oh, geez, I forget now. Oh well. Anyways, it's a cool tournament. And back in the day, I don't remember if you remember that kayak wars out of the States.
Nope.
So Peter Gignac, Joe LaFontaine, Brent Lapine, myself, Brian Morrow were on a team, and I think we won Canada or North America, but it was the same kind of idea. You measured every fish you caught all season and your total at the end of the year.
I think I remember you bringing that up
Yeah,
before now.
yeah, it was super cool. It was
Yeah.
back, geez, it was a while ago now. It was like 2000 and 13 kind of thing, probably.
Oh,
So
jeez.
yeah, it's really neat.
I haven't even been fishing that long.
I think since 2011 I got my first Jackson kayak and upgraded to the pedals now. I'm loving the Coos FD. I don't know if
Did
I'll
you
ever
get
get
a new kayak this year?
last year. Yeah.
Last year. And
I
you
had a
sold the
Coos-
other. Yeah,
yeah.
your other one was brown and
Yeah, and Ryan Phipps
lighter
has that
brown.
now. Yeah, who's in Pembroke.
Okay, now you're in the green territory. You're on my turf,
Yeah,
green
yeah,
and black.
I love that kayak. It's perfect for what I'm doing. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I can haul it to the.
Is it heavy or is it?
No, it's not too bad.
Oh, okay,
No.
that's good. I don't know. What
But
that
I
means.
drag it. I drag it a lot.
Yeah, I drag mine on the pavement too
Oh yeah.
if I need to. I don't have good wheels though.
No?
I have wheels from Cabela's, but they're not that good.
Oh, good wheels are a game changer. Not that you use them often, but the times you do need them, they're definitely nice to have.
Well, I haven't dragged. I've used them and brought them down like dirt roads and into quarry. I've brought it in there using the wheels, but it's just not ideal. And I don't know if it's just maybe I'm not used to dragging something with wheels or what. Like, should the wheels be right in the center or more towards the
right.
back or
Yeah.
something?
I've got a system, and what I found is pushing is
Oh,
easier
yeah.
than pulling.
You also are lifting. Well, you're only putting it in the back of your pickup truck. You're not
Yeah,
lifting
no,
it on
it's
the
pretty
top
easy.
of a.
I got those wheels on the back of.
Yeah, I saw that. I
Yeah,
actually saw that when I
helps.
was driving behind you. I thought that was pretty genius.
Yeah, that helps.
Are those the same wheels that you would use to wheel it around, or?
No, I've got a cart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Jeez.
rail.
You got a whole system figured out.
Yeah. I when I get to a lake, I'm super quick at getting ready. Like my wires are already there. I just plug in the fish finder and I try to get on the water as quick as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Some people it takes them a lot longer,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm pretty.
I'm
quick.
like that too, except I'm trying to film half of the stuff at the same time.
Oh, that's true.
So,
Right, so you are quick.
I think I'm pretty quick.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or
I
I
think so, too.
can be if I need to be. I know that my friend Tyler, he's kind of quick, but he puts a lot of time into filming, and then Ryan puts a ton of time into filming.
Oh yeah.
So
those guys are-
if you split up the three of us, it would. I'm on the quicker end of. I'm filming it a little bit less, but I want to get out on the water quicker.
Yeah.
Especially now that these tournaments have started up, because I'm doing your kayak and pike one, musky and pike in the
Yeah.
kayak, and then I'm doing the kayak Bass Canada ones. Starts July 1st,
Yeah.
and they do one every month, plus the Chio tournament that's going to be on the 9th.
Yeah, I just signed up for that too, so that'll be good.
Yeah,
good tournament,
signed up
yeah.
to lose to me.
Yes.
I'm either going to win the tournament or win that kayak. Those are my two goals.
There
I
you
said.
go.
I don't really care. It's cool that they got a bunch of senators
Yeah.
signed stuff.
Yeah, really cool.
But I don't care about any of that personally.
And last time I checked, I think it was at 72 anglers, so that's pretty.
That's good.
Yeah,
I
really
think
good.
last year it was up in the 80s or
Yeah.
82 registered or something, but only
Yeah.
79 showed up. Either way, it's going to be a good time. I want to film a Smallie video with you. Well, probably a little bit today, and then maybe we'll do one more shoot later at a different spot. Maybe I'll pick the spot. You can come to one of my spots.
Yeah,
so I got 2
that'd be great.
weekends with 2 or 3 weeks. I'm gonna be fishing solo, so
Yeah, that'd be great.
just don't leave me in the dust with your pedals.
It's always fun fishing a new lake. Definitely. The one we're going to today, I've been fishing since I don't know, since I was 20. So 30 years or more probably. Actually, I was probably a teenager, so
30 years ago, geez.
yeah, turning 50 this year, so.
How do you
Long
feel
pause.
about that? Yeah, I just like that. I'm putting my life I'm being selfish, put my life into perspective. I'm like, oh my god.
It's different. I mean, at this point, you're
At least you got all your
Retirement's not-
hair, you
yeah.
know, and it's pretty. It's
still
not
brown.
gray yet.
No, not yet.
You're not stressed. You're doing better than me in that aspect.
And retirement's not that far off, really. So it's a different mindset.
So,
definitely.
is there being a firefighter? Is that your full time thing?
Yeah, yeah.
You're not like because I've met a lot of people who say that they're firefighters, but they're just like volunteer
Right.
firefighters.
No,
So
I've.
I don't know the difference really, because if
Well, the
you're
volunteers are in the
volunteers,
rural area, so they have a pager, and when there's a 911 call in their district, they'll be paged out to the call. So they might go in their own vehicle, or some guys will pick up the rig and take it to the call. So a lot of the small towns like Kinburn, Fitzroy Harbor, Carp, Richmond.
okay. So you're not based out of Kinburn.
No, I'm a full time in Canada.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
in my 15th year.
Holy.
Yeah. So and before that, I worked for the water department for the city of Ottawa. So
You
I've been
just
working
love
a lot.
water, is what it
I
sounds like.
just love water.
Just
That's it.
love water. Love being in water.
Yeah.
Spraying people with water.
That's right.
Just
Yeah.
putting.
No, it's a great job for the most part. And my brother's a firefighter too, so it's cool. And a couple of my friends, and I've made all kinds of buddies there. And no 2 days are the same, as I'm sure you've heard before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could say the same about my job, but
Yeah, it's true, eh?
I'm not putting any lives on the line though.
And it all works out.
I mean,
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to cut that out.
Jesus. It's not good.
Okay, cat. I think I gotta take that out. I'm not gonna. Oh, jeez. So do you ever go fishing with the firefighter guys at all? Or are they not into
No,
it? Or
no,
just-
never. The kayak is a really unique thing. Like,
There's a range for kayak anglers, in my opinion.
yeah,
From snobby and selfish to our side. There you go.
I really enjoy kayaking by myself or with one other friend. That's kind of my style, and I'm usually fishing during the week. And if I'm out with the family, we'll come on the pontoon boat or we'll go out in the big canoe we own. But if it's during the week and I want to get away and just clear my mind or whatever, have some peace and quiet, I'll go fish for the day and be back for the bus. So my kids get on the bus at 9, and I'll go fishing and come back for when they get off the bus at 4. So
Jeez.
I'm usually sticking close to home, but the odd time I'll come up here and do some bass fishing.
What
That's the
about
great thing about
your-
muskie too is once the kids go back to school in fall, that's the prime time for muskie, right? So that's when I have a lot more time.
What does your wife? What's your wife's comments on that?
Oh, she's been so supportive.
Oh, she's
yeah,
like-
she's amazing.
She's like, "You crazy old guy! You need to get out of this.
Yeah.
Get out of my hair."
yeah, you're getting grumpy. You better
Yeah.
go fishing. Oh, if you insist. No, she's unbelievable. I'm very fortunate that I have such a supportive wife and
Yeah, that's
family,
really nice.
and my parents and my brother. Everybody's, if they were like, "Oh, you're fishing again," it kind of gets in your mind,
Yeah.
and you feel guilty. And if
Yeah,
you feel
yeah.
guilty when you're out on the water, it's just not the same. You need to be clear-minded and not.
But you have to like build that up.
Yes.
As well.
And you can't abuse it.
Yes.
If you abuse it, then you're toast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I try not to abuse it.
I have this talk or maybe argument or whatever. Like, I'm not going out to paddle.
Yeah.
I'm never like,
No.
I'm just gonna go for a paddle today.
No.
And there's a difference between like being in nature and enjoying stuff, going fishing, versus I'm just gonna go for a paddle and enjoy nature.
Yeah.
And I know that there's some people like that. I don't want to name drop anyone because
No.
if
No,
that's what
great.
you like,
Hey,
then,
yeah, geez.
then that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just saying that that's not for me.
No, same.
You know, if I'm gonna go enjoy nature, I know I'm gonna go for a hike or something.
If I have a brand new kayak and the ice just came off the lake and I know I'm not going to catch anything anyways, I want to try out that new kayak, I'll go for a pleasure cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I still have a rod,
Just in case.
just in case.
They're
But
like, oh, there's a giant carp right
yeah,
there.
but
the angle in front
but
of them.
usually those are the first trip of the year. It's just you're not going to catch anything.
That's when like even when I'm going camping and stuff, I'm bringing a fishing
Yeah.
rod.
Oh, absolutely.
And my trip to Algonquin a week ago or 2 weeks ago at this point.
Which was crazy.
Oh yeah, geez, I'm gonna.
You were telling me
I'm
about
gonna,
it.
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
man.
I can't
Insane.
even. I'll just say lessons were learned for that. Lessons were learned, and but the point of that I wanted to bring that up is that was the first time I can think of going camping where I didn't have fishing in mind.
Yeah.
It was like, let's walk for 5 hours up a hill, and then set up our tents, and then walk for another 5 hours the next day, in the rain, in the cold, during
man.
a fire ban.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. That when you were telling me about that, that's pretty hardcore. I was really fortunate this spring that I got away a couple times on a couple overnighters solo, again because of my awesome wife and family. After a long winter and the ice just got off the lakes. Oh God, it was heaven. It was so.
Is
so
it not?
good.
Do you not get really cold at night, or?
I just made sure I was well set up.
Oh yeah,
with I bring all the gear, load the truck up, and so I think I'll be making that a yearly endeavor.
Once the first fishing season opens, like when pike opens,
Yeah.
at the end of May
No.
or middle of May now, because they like moved it
Yeah.
up a week, I think.
Every species kind of has a window, and I think a lot of people, I mean, I'm not saying anything new, I don't think, but a lot of people seem to be getting onto that. Maybe, do you find maybe like?
What do you mean getting onto it?
Just people at
People will stop fishing outside of those windows.
yes,
Yeah.
like Lakers, you've got that 2-week window when it first opens. There might be other windows, but that's when everybody's going.
Mm-hmm.
Pike, bass, you got to hit them right off the start. That's the best fishing for each opener, I find.
It's the same in the winter too. Trout in zone 15 when it opens at the first week of January.
Yeah.
Or the first whatever the first week of safe ice is going to be.
Yeah, but you can fish in zone 18. There's some of those stock lakes where you can have very minimal ice.
Yeah.
You can switch between open water muskies. I think we did that a couple of years ago. Open water muskies, go ice fishing, and then fish for open water muskies.
Like
after
in the
that,
evening or something?
like go back and
Jeez.
forth. That's kind of cool when that happens.
Yeah, it is cool, but it's also kind of crazy.
Yes, you have to take your safety precautions.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
100%. Be with someone.
I don't even think I would have the energy to do that.
Not in the same day.
I have okay.
No,
not in the same day,
not in the
but-
same day. But in the same week, maybe.
Yeah. Yesterday I fished from 7 o'clock to 3:30, and it was a hard time getting up this morning.
Oh man, that heat kills me now.
It wasn't even because it was so smoky yesterday though.
Oh,
It didn't
that's
even
right.
get that hot, which was really nice. But it wasn't that sunny. It was just overcast, like
Yeah.
smoggy, foggy all
Yeah.
day. So it was really nice in that sense of things.
Yeah.
Just like the energy, we don't have pedals. We're paddling everywhere.
Yeah.
And
Great
I think
exercise.
after you're just casting for that long,
Yeah.
it just takes its toll on you. You don't notice until the next day type of deal. It's same thing with any hard workout where you feel great afterwards, and then you get home, lie down. 10 hours later, you're just like, holy cow, I'm so
Yeah.
tired.
And I have to force myself to drink water. I just find like I'll get such a bad headache that night or the day after. Like force myself, bring more water than you need.
Yeah, I have a similar problem. When I'm on fishing, it's hard to do or remind yourself to do
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah.
Like it's 1 o'clock. I should stop and have some food probably.
Yeah.
Or like bring my Nalgene, fill it with a liter of water.
Yeah.
And like I should have this emptied by the time
Oh, for sure.
I'm going home at the minimum. Or else, yeah, you're just screwed for
Or
like 2 more days.
drinking water on the way to the lake. I found like you have your coffee in the morning, then just have that big Nalgene right beside you and just chug
Really?
the whole way to the lake, and then you're starting out on the right foot at least.
Yeah, and then you gotta stand up and take a piss.
Yeah,
every
or
2
sit down
every
or
2
whatever.
hours.
Sit down to pee in the kayak.
What? What? So you gotta put a tutorial out for that because I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude.
Jeez,
You
you're like,
scrunch
yeah,
way
dude,
down in the
take
chair.
out a scupper plug and put a funnel
no.
down the hole and
No.
give it a go.
No need.
I've gotten pretty good at sitting on the side of my kayak, not to do that though, but to like take photos. If I balance myself properly and make sure that nothing's gonna fall off, get your legs hanging off, and it's even good for if you're doing like a drift in the wind, jigging for walleye
Yeah, I've
or
seen
whatever.
Will does that too quite
Yeah,
often.
that's
Yeah.
how I learned it actually.
Yeah, I've never actually tried that. So
Yeah, it works. You can't really sit in the chair though, I find, unless you take the straps out.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, and then I have a life hack for my chair.
yeah,
You see on your dining chairs in there, you got like put cushion on them.
yeah.
That's what I do that with my.
Oh, absolutely, me too.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was genius, and
No.
I went to the dollar store. I had this.
Oh,
I
you
was
got
like,
to.
this cushion, and I was
Yeah.
like clicked in my head. So I used that yesterday. Super comfortable.
And when you don't have it now, it will drive you nuts.
So at the end of the day, my friend Tyler, he hates the seat in his Jackson kayak.
Yeah.
It's like seat that comes with it. And I was like, dude, sit in my kayak.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh man, I don't want to get up now.
It's a game changer.
Yeah,
And it's just a little piece of foam.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I got mine off Amazon. I had the ones from Canadian Tire before that, the thicker ones, and no, I couldn't imagine not going with it now. Like I leave it in my truck year round, because otherwise I might forget it. Now
Yeah.
it just stays in there.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of stuff stays in my truck year round nowadays during the fishing season. So
Yeah, because you're fishing all year round, but you're not a big like ice out to walleye opener type, like from late April to May. Are you going for
just
a carp
trout.
or going
No,
for
I'm going for trout.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to
Algonquin.
Algonquin and fish an ice out trout,
Jeez,
Yeah.
I've never done that.
brook trout.
I know it's a pop. I have
Such-
seen like so many.
They're such a fun species.
Oh man, I gotta get.
They're all
onto-
fun. They're all
They
fun.
are all fun.
They're
yeah.
all fun.
I've got to get onto trout. I need to do something like that.
Well, that's the great thing about being or fishing multi-species. And there's I don't know if it's Eastern Ontario or what, but this seems to be a hub, or Ontario in general,
Mhm.
for kayak anglers fishing multi-species.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, they're just it's
there's
accessible
so many options. Oh,
everywhere.
yeah.
And
Bay of Quinte, Algonquin Park, Ottawa River, St. Lawrence. We've got that all in
Yeah.
our backyard. Really.
everything is within a 2 hours
Yeah,
drive.
absolutely.
You can catch almost anything that
Yeah.
you want to catch.
Yeah.
In a 1 day trip.
And trying to figure out each one, okay, I need lead core for this. I need and bass or another thing, and bass tournaments and musky now tournaments and
Yeah, man, you're making me excited to go out now.
yeah, we got to get out
Do
there
you want
for
to?
sure.
It's almost 2:00.
Yeah.
I want to do some more filming around here
Yeah.
for our video. It's gonna
Sounds
come
good.
out
we're
whenever
gonna-
we're
I
done
think we're gonna-
finishing it.
I think we're gonna hit the lake at the right time for the afternoon bite.
That'd be perfect.
Late
Hopefully
afternoon bite.
knock on wood, the weather doesn't
Yeah.
randomly turn around, but
Mosquitoes
it's
are-
looking good right now. To be
Mosquitoes
honest,
are gonna be brutal, but
I don't think they'll be that bad. Listen, nothing is gonna be as bad as Algonquin, but just right now, I know that's my one big takeaway is like, I think I complain a little bit less about things now, than I did before.
yeah,
And I have a little bit of a better attitude or outlook on things than I did before.
good. Well, there you go.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people probably
You take
disagree
things for
with that,
granted.
but
Well, it's like when you were in Africa too, right? You came
Mhm.
back. I'm sure it changed you.
oh, definitely. Well, maybe.
All right.
I don't know. I have a lot to say now from that. Now I'm thinking of this Algonquin trip. I'm like, oh man, I can't believe what I did that.
Oh man, totally awesome.
And you know what? I fished for like 10 minutes,
Oh jeez.
and that whole time.
Fishing would have been amazing that far back, I'm sure.
Well, I talked to a few people that we would run into on that first day, and one of the guys, he was like, yeah, I don't even bring a fishing rod here anymore because I never catch anything in this lake, and just, yeah. But
Damn.
that'll be a topic for when I get a chance to do one of these with Adam. Then I'll try to have a third person on there. I think 3 is going to be the magic number for podcasts. 3 or 4.
Oh man, I really enjoyed the first couple. So keep going, man. I think you're onto something. It's really great.
Mm-hmm. And we'll have to have you back on here in the fall and talk about more musky.
Sounds good.
Although
I'd like that.
it's going to be musky and a hunting heavy season, because there's a couple of goals. Like I would really like my friend Ryan to shoot a deer.
Yeah.
So I really want to help him achieve that goal, and I don't know how much he wants to achieve it, but I've only ever shot deer.
Yeah.
I've never shot anything else. He's only shot everything else. He's never shot a deer.
Oh, wow.
He's never
There you
gotten
go.
big game. The hunting for big game for me was super similar to fishing for muskie. Where
Yeah, I could see that.
I went like,
Oh,
what
sorry.
the hell was that?
I kicked the
You
mic.
kicked the mic
Yeah.
stand.
Scott needs a mic stand.
That's okay. So I started October 9th or 15th or something. I went every weekend, scouted for weeks. Never saw anything. Saw like signs of deer
Yeah.
and kind of doing a lot of tracking and getting to know the area. And then I spooked a deer, and it barked at me and ran away. It's like, okay, that sucks, but it's a good sign. And I was like, that's, it is what it is. And then you've got trail cameras up looking for other deer or deer in the area, and just weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks with nothing, like a couple of does here and there. And then one night at the end of, I think it was the end of October, I had a shot of like just the head of an 8-pointer,
Oh, nice.
like at 2 a.m, and I was like, I went ecstatic because I got the cell cam that
Oh, that
uses
beeps
the
it, yeah.
LTE. It goes to your phone.
Yeah.
I was like jumping around the house, and I was like,
man.
yeah, let's go. And I
Damn.
was like, nothing even happened. I just got a picture of a deer. I was so excited. It's like, it was like getting a musky follow.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
try to compare it to.
Yeah, for sure.
Where it's like everything's so crap, but you got like this one little sign of life
Yeah.
that
gives
makes you want to keep going.
At least you know they're there.
Yeah. It was so similar to fishing, like the first times that I ever fished for muskie.
Yeah.
And like I would get follows constantly. I would see, not constantly, but I would get, 1 or 2 follows. I can think of the time that I had a huge, like 40+ inch muskie on my line, and he broke off. Like it goes back to all those same feelings.
And
for
I
me.
remember you saying in an earlier podcast, maybe it was the last one, how you remember. I'm the same. I remember every single where I caught every single muskie.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I've caught a whole lot,
No.
but or follows or what I was using. It's crazy. It's imprinted in your mind.
I know that stuff sticks with you.
Yeah.
And now, like, thinking of, I'll say, it was the Marlboro where I was.
Yeah.
I know that specific, like, I don't know how big the area of it would be, that part of the Marlboro. Like, I know so much about nature and deer, and there's coyotes that are there. I don't know, just like the information and like appreciation of
Yeah.
of
When you
wildlife.
spend time there. Yeah.
And like,
Super cool.
yeah. Anyways, if there's anything you wanted me to cut, let me know.
Okay.
But we gotta get to filming here, to filming and fishing. And
Looking forward to it, man.
is there anything anyone you wanna shout out or thanks to, or if you want people to follow you on Instagram or Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn?
Definitely not my Twitter. No, I just thanks a lot for having me on. It was a real honor, and we've been buddies for a couple of years now, and I'm looking forward to getting out for these Smallies. Shout out to the guys and girls who are kicking ass out there.
Fighting forest fires, or
yeah,
just in
no,
general.
Fighting forest fires for sure, man. Like that. I don't think we realize it until the smoke hits us, but there must be some crazy shit going on where they're fighting those fires. So shout out to them, and to all those, have a great fishing season. And the social media thing is super cool, seeing everybody's catches on Instagram and Facebook and all the different groups that have been started out. Really neat to see everybody stepping up and doing some cool things. Aaron's charity tournament, Mitch's charity tournament, Roberto's doing a charity tournament. Really great to see. So yeah, anyways, thanks
Awesome.
again.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to go fishing.
Yeah.
Thanks
catch
for
some.
listening to this episode. It might be episode 4. Look forward to a video with Scotty coming out soon on the Eastern Ontario Adventure channel. Join Kayak Musky on Facebook and post up your musky shots. And hope everyone enjoyed the episode. Thanks for listening.
Thanks a lot.